And we're live. Finally, after what? An hour and a half of sitting down here not doing anything.
Right.
Being complete idiots. I can't believe it. So, for everybody listening, we're trying to figure out how to set up cameras because this is the first time that we've recorded on cameras. This is only the second podcast, but we were trying to figure out camera mounts. And I was going to get on Amazon and I was going to spend all this money. And then we're trying to figure out what the best views would be. And then we're like, wait a minute. We're stupid.
Yeah.
We just put the cameras right in the middle of the table and turn them both at each other, and then the cameras don't see each other.
Yep. And all the cables. That's not cable management yet, but
right.
it'll get there.
The cables aren't even in the screen.
No.
Where we have the camera sitting.
Exactly.
It's like, I mean, I'm not looking at the camera right now, but I would assume that you can just now see my thumbs, and over here you can't see my thumbs. So, I mean,
it works.
Yeah.
And it's a lot cheaper.
What a bunch of idiots we are. But anyway, Bob, how you been, buddy? It's been a couple weeks.
It's been hectic. It's been trying to, being finally, I can say officially back at work full time.
Yep.
And then trying to manage that, and the wife's been gone for the military. So it's just been the daughter and I, so it's been kind of hectic.
Oh, yeah, the old daddy-daughter combo there.
Yep, and being like a single father for a while made things a little difficult, but
right.
I'm used to that, though.
I mean, dude, I feel you with the hectic stuff. This whole putting a fence in my yard has been just crazy. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, so I need help. I got to be able to get that help when I can get it, so it's like every weekend.
Yeah, you need lots of help.
Yeah, I'm with my old lady, she's she's got all these health problems going on, so our dog pulled her down the steps backwards and she severely sprained her ankle, which has been a month ago now.
God, has it been that long already?
It
feels just like yesterday.
It's almost May already.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this month flew by.
Oh yeah. So after that, she got the blood clots. She was in the hospital for a little while. She's out of the hospital now, back at home, heavy dose of blood thinners. So she just did the dishes for the first time today. I've been doing them because I didn't want her to get cut on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, I get cut doing the dishes. I'm not going to say all the time, but frequently enough to know that it happens. I'm kind of stupid. But, it's like, man, I don't want anything to happen to her. Just
especially on blood thinners.
Yeah.
It's hard to clot it up. And
she's on a lesser dose now than what she was, man. But
so
she was taking like 20 milligrams a day or something.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that stuff. So
I mean, I don't know, but it seems like a heavy dose, dude. Yeah. That's what seems heavy to me. I'm not on any blood thinners, so
right.
My blood is probably thick as like pancake syrup or something. We really do have to probably work on cord management here.
I tidied mine up a little bit.
Well, yeah, it works better for you. Your mic stand is that way, which is also the way of the I don't even know what that thing's called. The mixing board, I guess.
Yeah. Geez, you bought this stuff. Come on.
Yeah, I bought all this stuff with no idea how to use it. Give me a break, man. There, I just put my cord right on my laptop. How's that? Or not on my laptop, it's underneath.
You need this other strap up that cord, but that cord's got to go the other way, so it's
right. It's I don't know if it's long enough. It's probably long enough.
I almost wonder if you shouldn't put your mic on that side of the table, because then your cables will be on that side by the mixer board. Because then you could strap it up like I did over here.
And then I can put I can still put the laptop over here too.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that next time. Whatever. Where was it? Oh, the fence and the hospital stuff. Yeah, so she's on a lesser dose now. So today we were doing some chores and she did the dishes, which I also let her cut up some cardboard using a brand new razor blade.
Oh, God.
And I tell her all the time, dude, I'm like, cut your buddy, not your body.
Yeah.
And she's like, right towards herself. It's like, come on. Like, oh, yeah, I'm not on blood thinners.
Advice.
Yeah, none. Not at all. which it is what it is. She didn't get hurt. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
But man, I just got the fence done yesterday. Got all the chain link stretched, and I gotta do the wire ties on the line posts and on the top rails. But that's
Still
it.
not bad.
No, it's the
It's pretty much
dogs.
done.
The dogs stay in the yard.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Yep.
So that's done. That was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. The only thing now is I wanna go fishing, man.
You're telling me.
You've been fishing. You've been fishing 100 times.
Not really. I went out a couple days ago when it was nice.
Yeah.
And then caught that one catfish, one channel cat, maybe a pound. And then the other one was that drum. And that's the part that blew my mind. That drum swallowed a 5/0 circle hook. Swallowed it, gutted it.
How big was the drum?
Maybe 2 pounds.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
I don't understand how it even got the whole circle hook in its mouth. I'm looking down there, and all I can see is a line. I'm like, yeah, I'm just cutting this
So-
line.
Last summer, I was night fishing. I was using little. It was weird. Oh boy, what was I using? I have to go back and look at the video. I think I was using shad. I had a night crawler rod out and nothing was hitting that, but I was using like crawler balls, putting like 3 or 4 on there at a
Yep.
time. But I caught a boy. I caught a bunch of fish on cut bait, but the one was like, I don't know, at least a 10-pound drum,
Jesus.
and it.
Hold on. What is the deal with everybody always saying it's a 10-pounder? Haven't you ever noticed that? Like, when I browse
You're probably
pictures-
right.
Like, I'm not even lying. The reason why it sparked my interest in this because I was on Reddit the other day, which I get on there maybe once a month or so, and there was all this hate 'cause this guy posts his pictures. Yeah, I caught my first 10-pound bass. You look at it, it looked like it was 3-4 pounds. Its mouth was like really small. It was definitely nowhere near. And all these hate comments came like, no, it's because once you get above 4 or 5 pounds, they get different. The markings look different, which they kind of do. They kind of the black.
They're
kinda
like
black
stretched out a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah, and this just looked more like full black, not stretched, not like digitalized. It just looked like a good 2-3 pounder, and then like I scrolled down a little more. Another thing. Oh yeah, I caught this 10-pounder. A little bit further. Oh, I caught this 10-pounder. Like, oh my god, everything's like a 10-pounder.
I don't know. This drum was pretty big. It might not have been 10 pounds, but it had to have been pretty
2.
close. It was definitely bigger than 2 pounds. The mouth on the thing was huge, but I don't know what size circle hook it was. Maybe like a 6/0 or something. But it like,
Engulfs it.
yeah, but it was almost just like stuck in the back of its mouth. Like I
Oh
didn't
my
really
God.
have it hooked. I don't know how I pulled it. And where I'm fishing is pretty
Yeah,
stout.
I know where
current.
you're fishing at.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, I pulled it up. I'm like, I don't even know how I reeled this thing in. It's a big fish. I'm pulling
Yeah.
it upstream in probably one of the deeper parts of the river around here.
Yep. Most
Like,
definitely.
yeah.
Especially around here. Most around here is like 2-3 foot.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy. But oh man, I can't wait for that. That's coming up. Night fishing.
I know.
Ooh, it's coming soon. It's almost May.
I know.
It's almost May.
I can't wait to get out sandbar camping.
Oh,
I really can't wait.
Yeah, we
My
got
problem, speaking of that, my problem now is finding bait fish.
to. What do you want for bait?
I'm just saying bullheads, bluegills, sunfish,
big?
whatever.
How big do you want them?
I don't care. I just want them.
You want little ones? You want big ones? I can get you a boatload of bait.
I would say, like half pounders, 3/4 pounders, like, 8 inches.
Bullhead?
Yeah. But see, now, when I do my bank fishing,
Yeah, I can probably get
it
those.
depends, like, the current seams I'm fishing.
Yeah.
Because, like, if it's stronger current seams, I want a bullhead. If it's a calmer one, I want a bluegill.
Okay.
Because
See, this is gonna be really my first year flathead fishing, so you gotta teach me the ways.
And the biggest thing about that, when it comes to that, bluegills, it's kind of funny because people laugh. You're like, "Oh, fish can't drown." Yes, they can.
Oh yeah.
And bluegills, they cannot survive in high current. That's why you want the bullheads. They're really
Depends
hard
on
to
the
kill.
bluegill, really.
Well,
'Cause if you, I would imagine, I'm no marine biologist or
Yeah.
fisheries biologist, but I would think that if you're a fish that is caught out of the river, you can probably withstand the river. However, if you're
How
a
long?
fish, well, right. But like I've seen people catch bluegill straight out of the middle of the river.
Yeah. Yep.
So I would imagine that a bluegill straight out of the middle of the river is more powerful than a bluegill the same size that's caught out of like a pond.
Oh yeah, because they're not building up the muscle.
Yeah, there's no current.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen that in fish tanks.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I've seen a guy I used to hang out with had Oscars, and he put current fans in his tank,
Yep.
like a couple of them. So like there was no still water in that tank, and those Oscars were stacked.
Oh yeah.
But
You'll get
I've
that.
also seen Oscars in a tank that has like one small current
And they're
fan.
thin, they're like pancakes.
Yeah, they're a little different. They got a different build. And like I said, I don't know. That could be circumstantial. I'm no biologist, but sorry, my phone is just vibrating
I was
off
gonna
the
say.
chain. We'll have to do something about that. But yeah, man, I'm so stoked for summertime fishing. It's been garbage weather. We've had a bunch of rain, a bunch of wind. The month of April in Iowa is
Tornadoes.
literally 45-mile-an-hour winds
Yeah.
from April 1st to fucking
Like they always
May
say, April
3rd,
showers
probably.
bring May flowers.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, we haven't had any tornadoes. A couple small ones in this area, but around us, did you see that huge one in Omaha,
Yeah.
dude?
Dude, that was crazy.
So that is like top 20 for rotational vortices or something. What the hell was the
I don't know.
I
this stuff more than
read
me.
I read something. It was like top 20 for rotational vortices ever. Like hold on, I'm gonna just look.
Yeah, you got the laptop right
I do
there.
have the laptop right here. I can't find my browser. I really can't. It's not down on my dashboard where it should be. I've tried to tell you this.
He's not lying about needing help. Did you see that one that the guy took that little like hobby rocket with a parachute and he shot it up in the air and let the crosswinds of the tornado suck it in? And the parachute opened up to get like the readings of the winds and
So
stuff.
Reed Timmer has been doing that for a long time.
Well, yeah, it was just a
I don't
video I
know.
just stumbled upon the other day. I'm like, that's pretty neat.
Reddit came up. Reddit, our weather. Good place to learn, dude.
I can't learn anything. I'm too dumb.
Okay, here you go. Please don't make me sign in. It's on Threads.
I mean, I could
Dead
always.
air.
You got the app installed on your phone?
Threads? Oh, I don't use it.
I don't either. I've only used Reddit a few times.
Hold
Like I
on.
said, about once a month.
Okay, here it is. So, Omaha, Nebraska just ranked in the top 20 of all time by rotational velocities. That's VROT, measuring tornado strength. 230 miles an hour, gate to gate.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty quick.
How big?
Like
F4, F5? F5 would be insane.
it's EF, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. Well,
Jesus.
so the F is Fujita scale, and then they have the enhanced Fujita scale. So
Which is new to me. I didn't know anything about that.
So that was your '90s kid. In the '90s, it was F5s.
Yep.
You know, that was the big bad
Like
one.
mile wide.
So the enhanced Fujita scale, there's just like some. I wish I knew all of this right off the top of my head. I love this. This is like one of my favorite things right next to fishing is weather and how it works. But I'm not a meteorologist, and people are like, these guys are stupid. You can't forecast nothing. Sitting in their basement on their cell phone, asking somebody in a fucking Facebook group. What's working?
Right?
There is so much that goes into meteorology. It's crazy. So I was just not over this weekend with these storms, but the storms beforehand. Don't be looking at your phone on a podcast, dude.
Sorry. I got 9 comments on a YouTube video. I didn't know I even got any. My bad.
I'm turning the comments off for this podcast. Anyway, though, so I'd looked up this this Pivotal Weather thing. It's a website that's got like all of the weather stuff on there. It's got every model you can think of. It's like what the big league dudes use.
Yep.
So I signed up for a free trial of it, and I was looking at like literally just one thing that I like thought I kind of understood how to read.
And just blew your mind, didn't
I
it?
have, yeah. I'm like, I was talking to my buddy, and I'm like, this is too much for me. This is way too much information. I don't know how to process any of this stuff.
It's above
like
your pay grade.
Oh yeah, 100% above my pay grade. So I'm like, I have got to just, use the radars and like the stuff that I know.
Yep.
I'll go along with that, and maybe, watch some YouTube videos with some guys that know what the hell they're talking about, because I don't know nothing. Like saying that this storm has all-time 20 number in the top 20 of all-time rotational velocities. I have an idea of what a rotational velocity is. The storm is rotating, and the velocity is the 230 miles an hour. They're saying so gate to gate. I assume that's with the tornado. There's 230 mile an hour winds from the left side of the tornado to the right side of the tornado. That's a guess. It seems right. That's like a educated guess, maybe, but I doubt it. I don't know. There's too much.
Guess.
Yeah, 100% non-educated. I've never.
What's going on?
Your camera's too hot.
Yep. Because it's recording in 4K.
So your camera just shut off?
Yep. I'll just keep going. Let it cool down, turn it back on. Unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, this camera has been nothing but troubles for me.
Oh, mine's burning, dude.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Almost when you like, holy crap, mine's really hot.
Okay, so we're shutting the cameras off.
Maybe 1080p. Because the processor won't get as hot in 1080p.
That's
why
right.
I don't record in 4K. That's why you can record action stuff in 4K. Because you're moving. It's getting a constant airflow.
That's true. This probably seems funny to anyone watching, but I didn't look any of this up. I did not look up how to video record a podcast. Maybe I should do a little bit more research. But
I should have brought my DSLR camera over. Record with that. The problem is it's big and bulky.
But you'd still need 2.
Yeah.
And I don't have it. I don't have the money for a DSLR. So
I bought mine. Oh my god. Mine's old. It's I think a TI-3 Rebel. So it's like, I don't know, 7 years old, 8 years old. Actually, probably older than that. Maybe not.
I mean, either way, I just won't include video for this one. It'll just be all audio.
It'll be trial and error until we figure out
pretty much
the video part.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
I ain't scared. Nobody's paying me for this.
Right.
It definitely cost me a bunch of money, but hey, I'm having fun. It's like I said though, dude, I got so many cobwebs down here. I need to figure that out. So we're in my basement, which it's not like it's a dank basement.
And obviously, since the cameras ain't rolling, you can't see all the bottles of lotion either. Skin.
Don't be telling nobody about that. All right, what the hell did I tell you?
Sorry, it's no longer our secret.
It was, in reality, though, I really was thinking about calling this podcast Basement Banter. Like, that's dangerously close to Basement Banjo.
Yeah. Well,
no,
look
sir.
on your wall. Oh, I guess no one can see them, but the guitars that are up there.
That's not a banjo, you fool. The banjo's upstairs in the closet.
I was going to say, I'll get one and bring it over.
I have a banjo, right? There is a banjo in this house. Oh, boy. I should bring that down here. The Basement Banjo.
There you go.
Yikes.
That's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
It is. Just a little bit. What are you really scared of? It's going to be great.
Yeah, but you're a ginger. That
What
scares
you-
me enough.
Hey, man. That's racist.
It's not racist. It's discriminating.
That's got to be pretty close to the same thing, ain't it?
It depends which way you take it.
True. I'm not offended. Man, it's just been crazy. This weather.
Yeah.
It still really hasn't warmed up. Yesterday was pretty hot.
Yeah.
But-
Well, speaking of that, it was crazy because the night before we turned the gas off in our house because it's like, I look at the forecast. It's going to be, in the 50s, high 50s, low 60s at night. I'm like, that's perfect sleeping weather. Our house the other day, not yesterday, because yesterday is a warm day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause that night before, when we woke up the next morning, yesterday morning, it was 52 in the house. Like, holy crap.
Yikes.
So I started the fire stove, our fireplace up, got it up to like 72 within an hour or something like that
Oh,
in the
yeah.
house. And then yesterday it got warm and it got to 82 in the house. It's like, oh my God, I go from, wanting heat to wanting the air on. It's like, oh, welcome to the Midwest.
I know, man. Well, yeah, I was out there. Well, I was out in the yard all day yesterday. And it's just weird because, like, I'm still acclimated to the cold.
Yeah.
Because when I go out to work and it's still 33 in the morning, I jump on a 4-wheeler.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not, hauling ass through fields, but it's cold enough. 20 miles an hour through a cornfield, start and stop. Like, you got about 12 to 15 samples before you're warmed up. That's me personally, but man, it gets chilly out there, and so that's what I'm saying. I'm still acclimated to the.
And then
the
you
cold.
get me where I paint all day and I work next to a 500-degree oven. And when it gets below 60 outside, it's like, holy crap.
Right.
I want my hoodie.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. So like
Yep.
yesterday, I was wearing jeans and a cutoff, and I was like, oh, I'm dying. Like, just so used to it being 30 degrees.
You
So
need to get the Daisy Duke shorts out then.
I know. But that's soon to be changing. I guarantee you, after the next couple weeks, we're gonna be on the uphill climb. I mean, look at these
Yep.
storms that are coming through.
Yep.
We just had a record tornado outbreak. It's gonna get warm.
Well, and it's kind of funny. Speaking of that, so I made it. I don't know if you've seen that little short I made where I opened the garage door, like, oh, I'm gonna go fishing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, yeah, dude, you should see all the hate comments on there. Oh my
Why?
God, all because the best fishing's in the rain and this and that, and it's just like, yeah, I do fish in the rain. If you go back to my YouTube channel and actually look at my long form videos, I got a few of them in the rain. It don't bother me none. But when we're in a tornado warning, because nobody knows,
Right.
they just see the video, and there's 13 of them on the ground, all within 100 some miles. That granted, a long distance away. Oh, yours get too hot and shut off.
No, I think I stopped. Yeah, I
5-minute
stopped
timer.
recording.
Yep.
It is super hot though. Jeez, feel that thing.
I'm touching his camera just so you know.
Oh, good call. Oh man, but I mean, you're right. But also, stay the hell out of your comments section.
I know I need to.
It's bad for you.
It really is because like me being me, and I take everything to heart, and it just irritates me. It's like I try to please everybody, but you can't, and that's what the stumble process of doing YouTube is getting over. You can't take it all to heart, and you just gotta, like you said, stay out of the comment section.
Really, I mean, you really do. And I learned that the hard way, not even through my social media. I learned it through my little incident with, like court stuff,
Yep.
finding that little girl. But
Yep.
oh yeah, those comments were rough. Those are, I mean, that probably actually just seasoned me for what I was gonna be having with YouTube and shit. Because
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's gonna say anything on YouTube or Facebook that's gonna fucking make me feel like what those people made me feel like.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go into any of that because it's really shitty. But yeah, that kind of was like a one fucking good lesson about, hey, this is what you shouldn't do.
Right.
So, I mean, so it might even be easier for me to say stay out of your comments, but
Yep. And
just
it's
is what
just
it is.
something I got to learn to do.
yeah,
And
people
it
are
just irritates
people are
me.
shit, and the people that are all over Facebook and whatever YouTube.
And that's
Just
just
being
like,
shitty on comments. It's like, what kind of life are they really living?
well, I mean, it's kind of funny because after, I see comments like that, I'm that kind of person that kind of goes and does a little more digging and see like what content they're putting out and see what's backing
Normally
their
it's
comments.
nothing.
Yeah, you go to like their page, they subscribe to people, but they have 0 videos. They don't,
Right.
they don't do the social media stuff. They're just there to be keyboard warriors and think
Mhm.
they know everything. It's like, oh my god, people just shush.
See, my favorite thing is on Facebook. So the more people that comment on something, the faster it gets in the
Oh
algorithm.
yeah, my camera warmed up or cooled
Notice
down.
your GoPro turned off because it was too hot.
Uh-huh.
Let me just shut this thing off.
That's fine.
Whoa, dude. Your power button on your camera feels so much different than mine too.
That's a brand new camera.
Yeah, and that's a GoPro 10 and mine's a GoPro 11.
Yeah. That's my second 10.
This is my second 11,
Yeah.
dude, but mine got stolen.
Yeah. Mine was 3 weeks away from being out of warranty. That 1-year warranty, they finally replaced it. And then it didn't fix any of my, well, it fixed my problems for about 2 weeks. And then all the problems came back and started happening again. I'm like, it's got to be the Hero 10. Because like my Hero 2, granted, it's 8 generations older, I've never had a problem with that thing. And the crazy part is those batteries still work. Like it'll still record for an hour, and I'm lucky to get 40 minutes out of my 10. Granted, and that's still, I was going to say granted it's recording at 1080p, but I forgot. This, I usually record at 1080p in this.
It makes me wonder. I had to go dig it out, which I moved my whole fucking office
Oh.
down 2 floors, so I don't know where shit's at. I've got my 5. I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the batteries are in my truck, but I don't know if how long it would last. But hence battery banks,
Yep.
yeah, that would help quite a bit.
That's like, I usually, between my Hero 10 and my Osmo Action 4 DJI, they both have their pros and cons.
Right.
And my biggest thing is I lean towards using my DJI more than my GoPro. And like, for instance, today I'm doing that time lapse for my daughter at home. Usually that's what I love my GoPro for, is time lapses. On 1080p, just letting it do its picture thing, But I was like, let me try the DJI one to see if I can figure that out for the time lapses. And that's why that's actually at home, and I bought my Hero 10 with today. And everybody's always like, oh, but the GoPros overheat more than DJIs. Yeah, they might, but I feel like if there's no airflow, they all overheat. I don't care what you say, they're all going to overheat. Especially if you're out in the sun.
Especially, yeah, it depends on your environment,
Yeah.
If you go outside on a 100-degree day, it's a fucking black camera.
Uh-huh. And if it's sunny out and the sun's beating on it, it's just going to cook it twice as fast.
Right. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I've had mine. See, it's crazy, though, too, because you've had yours get too cold and too hot. That's the
Yep.
first time mine has ever gotten too hot. And it still didn't even say that it was too hot.
Yeah.
But, also, I don't really ever record at 4K, so I'll do a little bit more digging on that. Speaking of which, though, so this is our second podcast, and I still haven't made a YouTube or anything for it. I have settled on a name that I want to do, the Jesse Dow Show. I feel like it's got the best ring to it. I don't have to sit there and get too damn creative, and there's a bunch of people's podcasts that's just their name and then show or whatever. So
Simple and easy.
Yeah, simple and easy is the way I want to do it. I put too much fucking time into just this room, so I don't need to.
I know. I've been there for some of it.
Yeah. I don't want to add too much more stress to the whole thing.
It's supposed to be fun. That's the
Right,
biggest thing.
exactly.
It's supposed to be fun. You got to
Yep.
get past, I would say, honestly, like I said, dust the cobwebs off. Maybe get me a better chair over here.
Yeah, I can do that.
And other than that, I say we just have fun with it. Just see where it goes, see what happens. Try
Yeah.
not to, we leave our stress here. Make it fun. That was
You
so
didn't have to
gay.
fucking make it weird. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I gotta do that. I want to. I really still want to do my own music for the damn thing, but you know, what the
You know
fuck?
what else I want to do? I
What?
know it's your podcast, but I think sometime if I can get you out there sandbar camping, we need to figure out how to do like a live podcast. Or not even live, just if we get the cameras figured out with the tripods and just do a podcast out in the sandbar next to the river and just BS while we're fishing. I think it'd be fun and just talk about stories like we're sitting around a campfire just BSing.
That might be better just with the cameras and like no mics, because
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying.
you are not gonna catch me taking all of this shit
Dude,
out
you would
on
have
the
to have a
river.
generator just to run everything.
I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, I'm sure we could figure out something for power, but I'm not
We'll just go to the local Walmart and buy all their 100-foot drop cords and just run them down the river and
down the river. Yes,
Yeah.
electrical cords in the river. We're doing work.
Duct tape and Ziploc baggies, man.
No, that would be fine. I'm totally cool with that. I mean, we've each got 2 cameras.
Yep.
So if I had, my Hero 5 wouldn't work for that though. I'd have to use this one.
Oh yeah, my Hero 2 would be hard to use because the only case I have left to actually use to mount it is my solid, windproof, hard plastic case. Fully enclosed, it's the full enclosure one to make it waterproof.
Right.
So like, gonna talk inside.
Right. Yeah, and that's. I might have a frame for my 5, but like I said, I don't know where shit's at. So.
Oh wait, no, I can use that because my first cameras I ever used besides the Hero 2 when I started doing the YouTube thing was those cheap Black Friday Vivitar cameras that were $50,
Mm.
and I bought 4 of them on clearance for $20 a piece. And those came with a plastic clip mount that the camera slides into,
Mhm.
and I took a Dremel, flipped it upside down, and notched it out where the buttons were, and it actually locks in there. So now I can actually mount it without a case somewhere.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I had to make it work.
So, I mean, yeah, hypothetically speaking, we can, just. Do you have a tripod?
Yeah, I
Like
got
a
2.
full.
Yep, I got 2 because that's what I use like when I do my bank fishing videos.
Okay.
I carry that with me and take because in that one video I couldn't find my tripod bag to put it back, and then when I was editing footage, I went back through and realized Willow buried it on the beach.
She buried your bag.
Yeah, she buried the tripod bag. I was like,
Little shithead.
because I found it when I was leaving. I was like, how did it get? Like it was stepped on, and I'm like, how did I miss this? And then I went back editing the footage. I'm like, that little stinker. She got bored and she dug a hole, threw it in the hole, and filled it back up, and just left a little bit of the string hanging out.
Oh man. And she doesn't even realize that she inconvenienced you. That's like the best
Yeah.
part.
Or no, you think that one's bad? The time before that, when I took her out, I took the tripod out, set it all up. It's actually in the video. I set it up, and that's another thing people don't get. So setting up for me with the tripod, and getting the camera angles and everything right, how I want it adjusted. There goes like 20 minutes of my time of fishing I don't get because
Yeah.
I'm trying to get everything carried down,
Yep.
set up. I literally get it all set up, and then that's when you made fun of me because I was actually using the soft plastic right where I was jigging it, on the bottom, and I caught that small end and let her reel it in. Right after that, she was so bored she wouldn't stop whining it. She wanted to go home, so I ended up having to take another 15 minutes, whatever it was, pack everything up,
Yep.
took her home, and then I just left my chest rig on, went down the dam, and created the rest of the video down at the dam fishing by myself. I'm like, it is what it is. I mean, she's 6 years old. I'm hoping she gets better. But
She
at the
will.
same time, she's at the point where she wants to hang out with her friends, which I completely get.
But my one niece is 10. I think she's 10.
Yeah,
9 or 10.
Hey, don't worry, I can't remember my nieces and nephews' ages. either.
And she begs me to take her fishing all the time, which it's I'm working right now, so it's kind of like a time management thing, and she's also in school right now. But once summer hits, we both have a summer break essentially, so I'll take her fishing, and she's good to go.
Yep.
I mean, you just give her a fishing pole, and she'll walk away. I'm
Yep.
cool with that. But I mean, she hasn't really caught that many fish. That's okay. But I'm the only person to take her fishing.
Well, exactly. And you know what? That's the thing. Getting the kids out there in the sport or hobby, whatever it's classified as, just enjoying the outdoors, not sitting behind a screen. Granted, you know, like doing this stuff, people are going to be sitting behind a screen or whatever, listening, watching.
I don't know, but one of the biggest things for me is I don't even care if you teach your kids how to fish right. Teach your kids how to clean up trash.
Oh, my God.
Because, like, if.
Side note to this is actually a very touchy subject.
What?
Talking about picking up the trash.
Oh.
There is just so many, going back to the comment section to stay out of, like, I get bored sometimes, like, when I do find time to watch other YouTube videos, which is hard for me anymore after, you know, going out trying to get my own content, editing, posting, whatever. Some people just nag. I'm like, you know, why have to broadcast you're picking up everybody else's garbage and just do it and don't even have to say that you're doing it. But they know it's the same people that are probably leaving the trash there. It's like, come on, it's kind of those touchy subjects.
I mean, you can make it. The sad part here is there's enough trash out there you can make a whole fucking video on.
Oh yeah.
On
like
trash.
that one dam that you took me to. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All that trash. Your camera got stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the trash that you can find there. It's just like, yeah, there's easily a good half-hour video edited down of just picking up all the trash that's there. It's like, holy cow.
I would, honestly, I want to go out there one day where it's like dead, kind of shitty weather, and nobody's out there fishing, and just go clean it up.
Yeah.
And like document it.
That's kind of like when I had my old boat, the one I wasn't scared to take anywhere pretty much.
Right.
I would, the kayak rental place there twice a year. Yeah, it was twice a year, but they bumped it down to once a year, where if you wanted to help clean up the river, they would give you a kayak to use for free and a trash bag. And then when he used to contact me, because I messaged him once, I'm like, hey, if you need me to bring my boat out, so if we get piles of garbage, we can throw at my, 16-foot flat bottom boat, and we just put all the garbage bags in there, and I can just float with them. Yeah. And then we used to do that all the time, and it was awesome, because by the time we get down to the end, I ain't crapping you. There was probably 60, 70 pounds of just paper and plastic and bottles and cans.
I'm sure.
It's like, man, where's it all coming from? It's just crazy.
Well, you got to figure. You have
campsites along the river.
You've got campsites. You've got assholes. You've got the city.
Yep.
So, a fucking windy day, you got people like,
yeah,
yep, that fucking don't take their trash cans up or leave the fucking lids open, and the wind blows it and it goes everywhere, and it's like, that's not mine.
Yeah.
So you've got all that, plus the roads. People are throwing shit out their windows, and how much trash probably just comes from wind is probably crazy.
Oh God, yeah, a lot.
I mean,
and that's speaking of your fence that you just got done. Have fun with that with the wind.
Oh yeah, that's why I want to get a leaf blower.
What I'm saying is you'll get all your neighbors' garbage and stuff. Not even just your neighbors, just like you said, blowing around. It will get stuck in your fence.
Well, if it's on one side of my house, I'm going to use a leaf blower to blow it back.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, because I have that problem with my fenced-in yard.
I'm sure.
I'm always getting, because, my fenced-in yard kind of goes in the back alley.
Yeah.
And there's all the houses back there.
Yeah.
Everybody's garbage that they just lay around blows up against my fence. Like yesterday when I mowed my yard, I picked up, I think, 3 or 4 chip bags, 6 or 7 pop cans, couple
Those are probably just all from my truck.
But yeah, I was like, holy cow. I'm like, we don't eat these chips. These aren't zero or diet pops, stuff that I can't have. I go,
I told you.
Yeah, I know. Prick. There's the whole ginger part of you again.
Yeah, it's crazy. I hate it, but what do you do? I mean, you can only clean up what
Yeah, so
what you
much.
can find.
Yep.
I mean, you can only clean so much.
That's just kind of like when we go out fishing, we catch other people's snags, reel it in. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't see it, but we pull as much of that line as we can, and we bundle it up, and we usually throw it in my truck or my bag or yours or whatever, and
Yeah.
go home and throw it in the trash can recycling bin. We get rid of it.
And that's kind of a shitty thing about fishing.
Yep.
But it happens to all of us. You cast somewhere, you fucked up, now you're in a snag. There goes 30, 40 feet of your line, if not
Yep.
more.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's less. Hopefully
Yeah.
it pops off at
Yeah.
the knot.
Or bends the hook and it gets out.
Yeah, or whatever. But it's happened to all of us. We've all lost shit in trees in the bottom of the river and
Yep.
or whatever. I mean, it sucks ass. Like a couple weeks ago when I was out at this spot and I saw a fucking dead bird hanging in fishing line in a
Oh,
tree.
yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Yep.
But that's the only time I've ever seen that. And I've been fishing hard since I was a little kid. So
Did I ever tell you about that time that I don't remember? I think it was a heron that was stuck in someone's bank pole.
oh yeah, I think you did tell me
Yeah,
about
it
that.
had a big old circle hook stuck in its mouth because the fish was splashing
yeah.
the water and it landed there and it grabbed it and got a big old circle hook stuck in its mouth. Yeah, that sucked. I
Was
like,
it
"My
in your
God."
bank line?
No, it wasn't my bank line. We actually went downriver to go check our bank lines, and these people must have set them, obviously after
Mhm.
us, and they haven't been out there yet. And I was like, oh my God.
See, it makes me wonder if maybe somebody did go out there and just see it and they're like, I don't even want to fuck with that.
Yeah, and left it. Yep.
'Cause that sucks too. But I've also seen crazy shit. Like I was fishing a dam one time. One of my buddies cast it out, and as he cast it out, a fucking pelican swooped down,
Oh God.
and its line got caught in his fucking, or its feet got caught in its line,
Yeah.
and it hit the water, and then it got spooked because he like was trying to pull his line.
Yep.
Well, then it
Took off.
Yeah, it took everything he had, and he opened his bail and just caught it with a knife and cut it. But we watched the thing, and it for a while it was swimming, and it couldn't swim very well, and it finally got up on the bank, and then it flew off. So I'm like, okay, well maybe that was
Right.
That sucks. That really sucks that happened. But
Yeah.
if you don't have a boat, I guess we probably could have went after it, but I don't know. I never went all the way down that stretch of river. I don't know if you can get over on the other side that it banged up on. But it sucks.
Right.
It super sucks to see, dude. As
Yeah.
a fisherman, I'm not even gonna say as a fisherman. As an outdoorsman, I hate seeing animals die. Or get shit like that happen to them. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I won't hunt because I have hunted before, but it's different to me when you kill an animal and you use it.
Yeah.
So like, I'll kill invasive fish, but I don't even like. It makes me upset to fucking eat fish. Like, damn it, I gotta kill this thing.
Bitch.
Yeah. But I mean, I hate
But
it.
I'm the older I get, the more I don't like keeping fish. It's like after I had my daughter, it kind of like opened my eyes about life more. And yeah, I'll still, I don't hunt much anymore. I don't keep a lot of fish anymore, but when I do keep or hunt, it's because I'm harvesting. And I try to emphasize that, like in my videos, like this is a non-harvest day. I'm here just to have fun, relax, blow some steam off. Or there's days like when I go ice fishing or something like that, I'm like, I'm just giving you a heads up. It's a harvest day. If you don't like, seeing me keep fish, then this might not be a video for you. Whatever, I try to emphasize that enough so I don't get the naggers and stuff like that. But you'll have that.
Yeah, you're gonna get them people anyway. If you say shit one time, somebody's gonna be upset. Sure, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, at the same time, thanks for that one view, and if you don't like me, don't watch.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not in it for money. I don't make any money, and I still do it. So
Same here. I
mean-
actually waste a lot more money to do this.
oh yeah.
But
I mean, I'm monetized on Facebook, but it's hard to make money on there if you're not a chick shaking her ass. I
Oh,
can
I
shake
know.
my ass, but I'm not gonna get 100,000 views.
You'll get that. What do they call it? Not OnlyFans, but it's kind of a running joke like that. It's like Oh, it's like called No Fans. I'll keep sending you nude pictures, and you start paying me. And once you start paying me, I'll stop sending them to you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. It's called No Fans.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah.
No fans. That's pretty funny. But for real, I mean, I don't know. There's just there's so much shit. It's always made me sad to kill fish. Um, Now like I never. It's been a long time since I shot a deer, but it probably made me feel that way.
I've never shot one.
Never shot a deer.
Nope. Never. I used to go deer hunting all the time, but that last time I went and there's deer slugs whizzing past me because there was a whole group of people, pushers
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. I didn't know they were there because I had no private grounds and public ground, and they're having pusher or drivers, I think they call them.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, you sound like a war zone. I'm like, this isn't worth my life for a deer. I'm like, this ain't
No.
worth it.
Yeah, that's I've never fished or fished. I've never hunted like that. Loose. Hold on a second.
Your butthole is loose.
We can't be saying that shit. I'm just kidding.
Well, then what's all the lotion for? Crap,
Listen,
forgot.
dude.
I'm not supposed to talk about that. Edit that out.
Durka,
No lotion
Durka.
here.
I was a little loosey goosey there, you fucking pervert. What was I talking about? Shooting deer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Hunting
I
groups and
don't
stuff.
remember. I don't remember ever feeling that way. But I haven't shot a deer in it's been over 10 years. 14,
I
15
think
years.
going to hunting stuff, my favorite hunting is always rabbit hunting.
I never
always-
shot a rabbit.
I've always loved eating rabbit. Rabbit was always my favorite game to eat. I don't know why. I think because when I was a kid, that's what we ate a lot of. And that's just, when I always came rabbit season, I was always excited to go out hunting with my dad. It's probably because it's my most fond memories of my dad was always rabbit hunting.
That
And
could
then
be.
I'll never forget, like, whoops, my phone's not on silent. My bad.
Uh-oh.
I gotta turn that off. Okay, we're on silent now.
What time is it?
It's only 3:36.
Oh.
We
We
still
can-
got- Yeah, we still got time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like my most fond memories were always, rabbit hunt with my dad. And the one time we're with one of his friends on his private property. He has like 60 acres. And I don't think it was even his land. I think it was his neighbor's land, but he let us rabbit hunt it. And there was an old beer can laying down there. I don't know, it's probably like 30, 40 yards out. And my dad's like, all right, if you can shoot the eagle off that can, I'll let you shoot, more rabbits. And he put that can out there and I just drilled it. Barely caught half the head of the eagle on the can. And he goes, all right, I guess I'll let you shoot. So then his buddy's dad, he's got a 22 mag. I don't know if you guys know much about the difference between like a 22 and a 22 mag, but
Yeah.
it's a little more potent than a 22. And there's this rabbit just sitting in this rose bush. And like, all right, he goes, make sure you shoot in the head with this 22 mag. And I'm like, all right. So right as I was squeezing that trigger, it took one step forward right when the firing pin went down, shot it right in the neck.
Oh.
Basically blew the head off, bruised all the meat off the back. And so
Oh.
the only thing we really got for meat was the rear quarters, the legs. And I was like, I felt so bad because I wasted all that meat. And I was like, oh my God.
See, one of my biggest things when I was hunting deer, I was afraid of is that I would wound it,
Mm.
and that I would have to
Yep.
get up close and personal and end it, take it out of its misery. And you see all these things like that's how you make a man out of yourself. Fuck, dude, I don't want to do that. I absolutely don't want to do that. That's fucking way too close for me. And yeah, you can call me a bitch all you want. It's just I don't know. I don't want to do that to any animal. But then like you see guys like sitting in their garage shooting fucking birds off the fence or something. Like I get it, but at the same time, I mean, I did that when I was a kid, but I'm like,
Then you get older and you realize that was stupid.
yeah.
Trust me, I got lots of memories of doing that stuff.
Well, like ground squirrels and shit. Like, what are they fucking hurting?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, you ain't got fucking horses, dude.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I get it to an extent, but at the same time, I don't. It's just a waste. Not like killing shit. We don't have to.
All right, change the subject.
Yep, I'm sad.
I know. So, you got any big plans this summer? Like new fishing gear, new rods, reels, lures,
I've
baits you want
got-
to try, tactics?
So flathead is heavy on the mind. That's
Me too.
That's gonna be my big thing because I've caught a couple of flathead. They were always small, and then I snagged that one that was like 10, 15 pounds off the dam the one time. That was
Yep.
awesome, but I want a
To legitly
legitimate
catch.
Yeah, I want a legitimate catch on a rod and reel, not bank rods. I wouldn't mind running some bank poles and shit, but it's not really my thing. I want to feel it,
Yes.
like reel it in. I want to
That's
fight it.
just kind of like when we used to set bank poles. We did it for only a couple of years. And then, like, the wife, it's been, I don't know, 7, 8 years since we've ran bank poles. And she's like, oh, we should run bank poles this year. I'm like, I don't really want to. She's like, why? I go, because I honestly like feeling the fight on rod and reel.
Yeah.
I go, it's really cool going out there, setting a couple poles, and then coming back the next morning where it's just starting to come daylight, and you see that pole bent over, and it's like, oh my God, there's something on it.
Yeah.
And then, you start easing up with the boat, and then that pole just starts bouncing up and down. There's splashes everywhere. I mean, it's cool to see, it's cool to do, but I feel like it takes a lot of the thrill out of it.
Yeah. And like going back to our previous conversation, it makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
That fucking fish just came up just to eat something, but what the fuck is the difference? If you're actually catching it on a
To
rod and
me,
reel.
to
But
me, it feels like it's the lazy man's way of fishing. Granted, if you need to harvest food and you needed food, I get it. But for a sport, just to do it, or the other part, which I don't do anymore, is like big fish fries. I don't like doing those anymore because it's like, all right, so I'm going out catching all these fish, feeding the entire neighborhood. It's just like that almost doesn't seem right to me anymore either.
it makes sense in some places. Like
Yeah.
if we're right here where we live, I don't need to
First
feed the
world
whole
problems.
fucking I don't need to feed the whole fucking city.
Yeah.
Everybody here's got a fridge.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in whatever country, like, oh shit, like I just caught
You feed my village.
I just caught a 50-pound fish, dude. That's food for this whole village.
Yep.
That's different to me. But that's selective harvest.
Yes.
These guys are not fishing for sport.
No.
So like we're out here and we catch 50, 60 smallmouth when they're spawning. We're not keeping a single one of them.
Nope.
If those people caught 50 or 60 smallmouth, they would eat all of them.
Oh yeah.
And that's okay. But then you have got what I don't like is guys around here that are setting bank rods and then eating 50 and 60-pound flatheads because those fish are so fucking old.
Oh my God.
That's a great breeding population. And then do you know how long it takes for a flathead to get up to 50 pounds? Let's look that up.
My guess is almost 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, it's probably around 18 to 20 years.
Okay.
Is my best guess. Because they don't grow super fast because we don't have the Texas warmer temperatures. It's all going to be like on climate for the water temps and stuff. But I know it's quite old.
So from bassonline.com, a complete guide to flathead catfishing in Florida, Texas, and Pennsylvania. This says flatheads put on 2 to 5 pounds a year between 3 and 8 years old. Monster cats grow upward of 10 pounds a year. Cats have grown
Holy
as much
cow.
as 30 pounds in some southern rivers and reservoirs in 10 years. Flathead catfish reach sexual maturity between the ages of 4 and 6 and have an average lifespan of 20 years. So,
Yeah, so average lifespan 20 years. So if that 50-pound fish, that could be towards this end of his life. Depends on his genetics. It goes back to genetics again. Because, flatheads can get up to 80, 90 pounds. Yeah, they're dinosaurs, but you can still find them. Just not very often. It's like one of those once-in-a-lifetime catches.
I don't need to buy out back.
I actually have a book that I purchased, oh my God, years ago.
Is this? Oh yeah. So, right where I left off on the other thing, it says flathead catfish reach sexual maturity between the ages of 4 and 6 and have an average lifespan of 20 years. Remember that this is only an average. A 70-pound flat could be 40 or 50 years old. A 123-pound fish could be older, but it could be in a fishery with more food. So it's really just,
Yeah.
you know, crazy though. That's an old ass fish. So does a fucking 70-pound flathead that's, what's that say? 40 or 50? We'll say it's 30 years old.
Yeah.
Is that fucking good? Does that taste good?
Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I've never caught one that big. The biggest, it's sad to say, the biggest flathead I ever actually, that I legitly got away was just shy of 19 pounds. The biggest one I caught was probably in the upper 20s, but got off at the bank. And it was huge compared to the 18-pounder.
Dude, I want to get on some of these flatheads on swim baits, man.
Oh, I caught 3
I don't know if
last
I
2
got the
years
rod.
on crankbaits.
I don't know if I had the rod for that. My bass fishing.
Yeah, your light action
Listen,
rod.
dude. No, I'm not gonna use that. But I've got my bass rod. I mean, it's like my flipping rod or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a 7-foot heavy fast or something, and it's got 65-pound braid on it. Or no, that's got 30-pound braid on it.
That's plenty good.
Maybe.
As long as you get
Depends on
drag
how,
set right,
Oh yeah,
and how fast it can spool you, and how big of a river section you're
how
in.
big of a fish it is, what kind of hook set you got.
Well, everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But see, another big thing like that you also got to think about is how big is the body of water you're fishing. Because if you're on a small river, they're not going to spool you probably because they're probably not too far away from where they reside at. So they're going to try getting back there. And then you get
I don't know if
bigger
that has
sections.
to do with anything.
I feel like it does.
Fish go a long fucking way.
If you get migratory fish, yeah. Like your blue cats, your sturgeons.
We're going to Google how far is a smallmouth bass's range.
That one, I don't know. I don't know much about bass fishing. Yeah, I got a lot of bass fishing videos, but I don't know much about bass.
What is the range of a smallmouth bass? Living range. That's what I want, is a living range. How far do smallmouth travel? Smallmouth bass have a dramatic seasonal migration as the cold water hits. They often migrate 20 to 40 miles during this transition and seldom linger in any one area. Rivers often encompass many miles of free-flowing rocky river that flows into a shallow reservoir. That's
Hence
crazy.
The dam.
Yeah. Well, see, and it's crazy. Like, why don't they have water going up that fish travel thing?
That has been used years.
I know, that's crazy.
know.
That's the only dam that I've ever seen that has one of those.
I've been to another one that is actually functional. But see, that one, I think the problem with it is how high it goes. As in, like, on the backside of the dam, like when we took my boat downriver, that is still like 6 feet above the water level. That's what I don't understand. So I don't know if they had to, they redid the dam back there, which blocked it off for the water flow to get to it. I don't know. Because when we used to be able to walk across that dam, where you walked at was about 5 foot above the water, and that's right where that thing stopped. Right where you walked, almost like they filled it in. So I don't know.
That is wild. Pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Interesting idea, but I don't know any. I've fished a handful of dams and seen a handful of dams. I've never seen like, oh, these fish can go back up.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're in Iowa too, so how many fucking fish really migrate? I mean, a smallmouth bass can really go 20 to 40 miles on any stretch of river, and I had a dam.
Yep. Especially like from the dam, here locally, all the way down the Mississippi. That's like 38 miles, I think, of waterway.
And then if you go north to the next dam, which would be the Roller.
Yeah, Monticello.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have said the name of the town.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, that's how many river miles is that?
Well, when I put it in there above the dam.
Yeah, you went from fucking above Maquoketa all the way to
that. Yep.
That's a fucking crazy boat ride, dude.
That took me, I think the average speed on my GPS said 28.7 mile an hour. And it took us, I think, if I remember, like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half or something like that. And that was just trying to get there quicker.
So yeah, imagine all the smallmouth
Yeah.
in there, and we only use smallmouth as an example. So I can sit here and change the name of these fish all fucking day, but
Yep.
you get it.
You get the gist of it.
Right. It is fucking 3:49. You want to call it good?
I don't know. Is there something else you want to talk about? I mean,
I don't want to
I could
fucking
sit
talk
here and
about
talk
anything
for
with
hours.
you. I know
That's
you
just me.
can. Yeah, we'll be talking on the phone. You're like, all right, well, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta do this, and then we'll talk for 25 more minutes. And he's like, oh yeah, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
ADHD, man.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Get
I know.
sidetracked really bad.
Yep. Well, yeah, I say we'll call it good. Go upstairs, look at the dogs out, and see if this guy's gonna come buy my kayak.
And then you're going to be kayakless. You're going to be able to go kayak camping with me this year.
I can't go kayak camping with you, anyways,
Why?
because you have a fucking foot pedal kayak and I have a paddle kayak, and you'll be 400 miles in front of me.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, it won't be because the section that I want to go kayak fishing on, we only float down. You don't pedal up or paddle up. It'd be a float trip only. Because the reason why I say that is because this section,
Fishing for what?
flatheads. I'm talking about sandbar camping.
On kayaks?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do it in your boat.
Either
we
one,
can
it don't
still-
matter.
Well, let's do it in your boat. That's more comfortable.
Well, the boat's more comfortable. The only downside is the section I want to fish, which actually I got a video coming out because it was flooded on that boat ride. It's where it dumps in to the main river. Last year, it wasn't even ankle deep. I couldn't get my boat up there.
The upper fork.
Yeah. I couldn't get my boat up there. That was the crappy part.
What about
But
now? Can you get it up there?
right now, let me check. If it didn't sand wash in again like it's been doing,
Well, regardless, I need the fucking money. So if I sell it, I sell it. Also, I would like to catch a flathead from the bank or an actual boat
yeah.
first before I catch one in a kayak, because that's gonna be kind of crazy. I'm not. I do like kayak fishing just so I can get to places, but man, I'd rather have a boat.
Yeah. I love my kayak for multiple reasons.
Man, I think I'm gonna shut this thing down.
All right, sounds
Good
good.
talk today, and we'll get back to this. Actually, maybe with some cameras, we'll research a little bit of that. But thanks everybody for listening. Thanks Bob for coming over.
Yeah, no problem. Who's
And-
lotioning up who first?
What? What did you say?
You heard me.
No, I didn't. What'd
I
you
said who's lotioning up who first?
Get out. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.